During a hearing in front of the House Appropriations Committee this week, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was absolutely ripped to shreds with Democratic members of the committee, of course, referring to her nonstop photo ops and costume changes, referring to her as Ice Barbie, because, as we all know, ever since she took office, Kristi Noem loves to play dress up. She's dressed up as a immigration enforcement officer going on raids, although she was, far away from any kind of actual confrontation. She's dressed up as a cowboy. She's dressed up as all kinds of other things. She even did an interview sitting on the back of a horse. But she just loves doing these photo ops and costume changes because, hey, it's one big production, right? But there is one thing Ice Barbie does not have that she desperately wants, right? You got to complete the whole Barbie playset. So Kristi Noem is now demanding a $50 million private jet so that she can fly around the country and do her little dress-ups. So she can go play make-believe wherever she wants, whenever she wants. So she needs a $50 million private jet to do that, right? Or at least that's what this administration says. The Coast Guard submitted their amended budget to the House of Representatives last Friday. And in this amended budget, it included the $50 million for Kristi Noem's new private jet. And one of the individuals, of course, that was called to testify before the House Appropriations Committee happened to be the Coast Guard Chief Admiral Kevin Lunday. And Lunday said this about this private jet. Meeting the needs of our Coast Guard men and women that are doing frontline operations is my top operational priority, and it's top operational priority of the Secretary. She's been clear with that to me, and I know she testified to that effect before the subcommittee last week. This aircraft is necessary to provide secure, reliable, on-demand communications and movement to go forward, visit our operating forces conducting the missions, and then come back here to Washington and make sure we can work together to get them what they need. Cool. None of those are viable explanations as to why she needs a $50 million jet. I know you're like, well, she needs to come and visit us. He said visit. Not inspect. Not direct, but she needs to come and visit. Sometimes we miss her and we just, hey, there's Ice Barbie. Welcome to the Coast Guard. That's not a viable reason to spend $50 million from an administration that is slashing and burning through other departments because they're wasteful spending. And not to mention, Kristi Noem already has a jet. It's just that the Gulfstream that she uses is almost 20 years old. And the Coast Guard said, well, it's pretty old. It's getting near its, end of operational service life. It's not there yet. She's just kind of getting close to it. But $50 million? Listen, there is not a situation, and I thought about this long before I started doing this segment. The only possible situation that I can think of as to why Kristi Noem would need to be on the ground as Homeland Security Secretary is if there is a massive terrorist attack here in the United States on our soil. Yes, in that situation, she would absolutely need to go be there. But you know who else would probably go to that? President. So she could just climb aboard Air Force One. She doesn't need her own jet for that. Or if it was a dire emergency, she could use any one of the other government planes that are readily available to her in Washington, D.C. She doesn't need her own jet for that. So if there were that one possible scenario where she would need to be on the ground, she's got transportation. And if there is a situation where maybe she doesn't physically need to be there, but she wants to be because she wants to take a look at something, do you know what the soldiers could do? The ICE agents, the Coast Guard, whoever it is, the military, if they needed to show her something, this is what they could do. And I promise you, it's still a lot faster than a Gulfstream. Click, 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 click. Text, Kristi, send. Faster than a Gulfstream. And you still get to see what's happening, right? You can video them. You can FaceTime them. You could do all sorts of things that do not require you to spend $50 million to put your ass wherever you want to be. That's not how this works. But it's in the budget. It's gonna happen. And then they're still going to preach to us about how much waste there is in the federal government when they're the ones creating more waste in their first 120 days than any other administration in history. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.